Fear is as old as life on this planet. Fear was one of the main drivers of evolution. Fear is in every single organism. Fear is not uniquely ours. But what's uniquely ours is organisms, animals, and mammals. They are born with some fears and they live with it. Human beings, we create our fears. What up everyone, this is JOLSID, and today let's talk about fear and how we can overcome it. Let's do this. We are born with only two fears. One is fear of heights, second one is fear of loud sounds. Every other fear that we have, those are the fears that we have created. Another funny thing is we don't face the same fears that we used to. So even though we are hardwired for fear, our civilization has evolved. We should say we have evolved. Even though we are fighting, we have all these wars, but I think overall humanity has evolved. Our surroundings have evolved. We used to live in caves, now we live in these houses. So our surroundings, everything is evolving. However, for our brain to evolve, it just takes time. It takes hundreds of thousands of years to evolve. Our brain is slowly evolving, but it's not at the same rapid pace as our surroundings. That's why sometimes we find ourselves so fearful of almost everything that's happening. But those are the fears that we are not born with. Some of the fears that we have created could be fear of losing your job, or fear of public speaking, fear of even being in a relationship. Some people have fear of losing weight, because they have given up on losing weight. They have tried so many times to lose weight, but they have lost again and again. It's fearful to them. So fear lives in our brain. We know that. It's hardwired. We know that. So here's a small little neuroscience rundown. Fear, anger, sadness, happiness, they are all emotions and they live in amygdala. It's towards the side. It's one of the most ancient part of our brain. It's you can say the most ancient. As our brain evolves, it creates new layers. The newest part of our brain is called prefrontal cortex or neocortex. It's responsible for all the rational thinking, all the logical thinking. So now let's put this in practice. If you are thinking about quitting your job, you go to work every single day and you are like, you know what? I don't feel like my full potential is being realized at this job. I'm not overly happy. I'm in this job for 8 to 9 hours a day. Then I go home and then I'm exhausted to do the things I love doing. But you don't want to quit your job because you like certainty. You like that paycheck is coming to us and we are happy. We have to be able to take care of family. We have responsibilities, right? If you were to go and do something for our own, how are we going to support that? What if we don't? And then fear gets in, fear of failure. So there's a theory, it's called loss aversion. So fear of losing is significantly greater than the joy or happiness of gaining something. So just imagine, we are so limited by our fears that these fears, they take over and they impact our human potential. We can't even live our lives. We stay in the same spot just because these fears are there, right? So I understand. I've been in the same situation. Now I'll walk you through how I'm able to get over some of my fears. This is our how-to section, how we can overcome fear. Some of these hacks I have curated from neuroscience books, research, and some of these practices are even applied in some of the therapies. Number one is define your fear and acknowledge it. So whatever is scaring you, whatever you are fearful of. Maybe it's your job. You want more money. You associate job with stability. You associate job with your personal identity. Say it out loud. If you are scared to start your own business, because you don't know how money gonna come. Say it out loud. Accept it. It's okay to be scared. We all are human beings. We're supposed to have these feelings, but running away from these feelings, that's not good, because then we don't get opportunity to make them better. We don't get opportunity to learn more about these things. Once we accept it, next step is, how do we go about improving it? We find answers. So ask that question, accept that question, accept what you have, and then go from there. So most of our fears stem from 6 key factors. And these 6 factors are certainty, variety, significance, love or connection, growth, and contribution. Contribution to society or contribution to others. Now here's an example how to do this. So if your fear is that you won't be able to make enough money if you were to leave your job, fear of quitting your job, ask why. Is it because of the certainty of the paychecks? Is it because of the significance? So maybe you feel significant because of your position. Most of us from childhood, we are taught about career, how closely career is connected to our actual identity. Maybe it's that for you. Identify what exactly is that. Maybe your fear is losing weight. Is it because of variety? You like those kind of foods and you want those foods, or is it variety and connection? Maybe you socialize, you eat, that's when you meet with people. So identify which one of these factors your fears are stemming from. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. If you found value in this episode and if you think someone else can benefit, share this video, be the catalyst. As you know, our mission here is to share all the research that we have come across and to learn from you guys too. So it's kind of like a movement where all of us are performing acts of kindness. Just one act of kindness, one idea, one video, one spark can literally change someone's life. Let's do this.